Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Just Enough Heshy show. How are you this evening? And we have a lot to talk about. This tonight's show, I'd like to have a little bit more serious. I know some things happened that we all want to discuss in the world, some local stuff. Of course, what happened in Jersey, I'd like to bring up. I was talking to some very serious people that are involved with what's going on over there right now, and I have some little more maybe a little more information that you guys don't know, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. Once I speak about the show and do a couple of shout outs, and I'm going to have a lot to complain about as well. And here we go for the show. By the way, tonight we have the show sponsored by Chamula Jewelers. They're a family-owned business for over 40 years, specializing in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry, or bring your old jewelry to redesign and freshen up for a new look. Chamula Jewelers. We've got the sparkle for you. Nobody's here to help me say it this week. Visit them at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. 718-336-1980, 944 Kings Highway. Really nice place. They really have the sparkle for you. And then, of course, we have ttstyles.com. Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842. 718-675-6842 or teeteestyles.com. Take a look at her website, see what she does. Hair, makeups, weddings. Tonight on the way to the show, I had to stop off at a wedding for a friend's house. For a friend, she did the hair, the makeup for them. Beautifully done. You need people to help you out with stuff like that. Call Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842. And don't forget my friend, Avi Fleischer, technical difficulties. That guy is just wonderful. 718-259-4593. 718-259-4593, 1504 68th Street. Tonight, I had a problem with my computer. Boom, boom, boom. On the line. I was at the show all nervous. He got me up and running. 718-259-4593, 1504 68th Street. Just a wonderful, good man. And again, I used my barber. This week, I actually walked in. I was with him. 777 Barbershop. Sam did my hair beautifully. I hope you guys can see it. Colored it, cleaned it, cut it, did everything for me. Not colored it, but I make believe I color it, but really I do. Anyway, 777 Barbershop, 4225 18th Avenue, 718-484-2499, 718-484-2499 for appointments. He has handicap ramps, gives senior citizen discounts. Just a wonderful, wonderful, good man. Then, of course, we have a $25 car rental. They're located on the 18th Avenue, Coney Island Avenue. If you have an accident or not, or you want to rent a car, you rent it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and you stay in that same car, $25. The rate is as long as you want it. Minivans are $35. So if you have an accident, he bills the insurance companies, or he helps you get insurance, whatever goes wrong with your car if it's being repaired. Call him up. Go in there, 718-851-2000, 718-851-2000, or you can call him at 800-2495-2495. Again, $25 rent-a-car located on 18th Avenue and the corner of Coney Island. And then, of course, we have one of my friends, a very nice lady. It's called Fallon's. Fallon's is at 3132 Bedford Avenue between J and K off the corner of J. They're doing a Hanukkah special. You get 15% off any Fallon's gift certificates purchased between now and Hanukkah. So you can buy gift certificates, and anybody can go in there. You don't even have to tell them you have it, and you get 15% off. Also, a huge sale of clothing from this season, which continues. They have great $10 racks. Okay, go to Fallon's. They're located at 3132 Bedford Avenue. And again, all those who are coming from Borough Park, you just take the B11 bus stop and get off at the corner of Avenue J. Just as always, go in there, tell them Uncle Heshy sent you, or you're just from the Just Enough Heshy show, and they'll take good care of you. Go in there again, 3132 Bedford Avenue. And then we have Wolf's Grocery. My friend, wonderful man, wonderful brothers, really, located at 2362 Nostrand Avenue. They open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They make deliveries for you. Friday, they come out there to 718-252-1863 for any phone order, 718-252-1863 off the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue. And then we have Green Line Building. And I'm going to tell you how great Greenline is. But Greenline Building Solutions helps you with your plans, your permits, your violations, your stop work orders, your vacate orders. We fight the DOB every single day. We help you with stop work orders. We have not failed a construction inspection in the last 5.5 years. And do you know why? First of all, I'm in charge of it. But we are good. We know the rules. We know the codes. We do your pre-inspections. We help you with your plumbing inspections. We help you with your permits. We help you. We guide you to finish lines. And we know what the building department's out there. They're looking to get you and mess you up and issue violations for no reason whatsoever. And like today, I was in court actually fighting the DOB when one of their lawyers came in and started arguing something foolish. And I was just making fun of all lawyers in the courtroom. You should hear this. I was calling them all idiots. And the judge said, you just can't say that. I said, Judge, these guys call me. They come here. They waste my time over and over again. And they come in and they waste it. And you should have seen this lady lawyer was shaking in her pants. And here's my co-host, Shmuley, tonight. But Shmuley, I don't want to make fun of women, even though I know that you are, I know you're divorced. I'm going to tell everybody that. And I'm married. My wife had a fight with me last week for no reason.
Okay, sounds like something very normal.
Right, and I didn't even understand what the reason. And she comes over to me, you have to apologize. I said, I will not apologize, not this time.
Out of principle, right?
But I did apologize.
But that's a typical guy thing.
I know, I'm a loser.
I don't think you're a loser. I think we have principles and we work. I think relationships work through logic.
30 years, man. I had no choice, but really, and I wasn't wrong. I mean, I really wasn't wrong.
I know, but sometimes
all women are crazy. I have no choice but to say that. I mean, I like you guys, but you just whacked in your brain. I mean, look at Nancy Pelosi. This lady needs mental help. Okay, then you have this congresswoman.
I think she's running out of booze.
I have this congresswoman, Carol Maloney. She's against our president, but again, she let Amazon, which she was complaining to on television, why Amazon left would have given her jobs, and she was like knocking this retard. Cortez from the Bronx, but she didn't say her name because they're in the same party. They lost $25 billion of revenue. We lost jobs. And then our idiot councilman, Deutsch and Felder, with a senator, and Carmen Yeager, all could have run over to Amazon and say, guys, come. Now
why didn't they?
Because they're stupid. Because I'm not
councilman. Can you imagine?
If I was councilman, I ballpark First Avenue. Now they're opening up something smaller, and again, we lost so many jobs, so much money, so much revenue. Our people are we allow these stupid people like Nadler. I believe Nadler's a woman. Did you ever see him? He looks like a woman.
Because I think a lot of these guys are in it for themselves.
No, but really. They are.
That's why. So they don't care if they're not gaining.
You have a local district leader here in the Russian community called Kagan, and the man went out to help this guy Nadler, who he doesn't even know, who doesn't even like him, but since he can get money or some kind of a job for him, so he helps support Nadler.
It's all quid pro.
By the way,
pro quo.
Did I tell you that I'm always told not to call people Nazi or cop or whatever. Yeah. So I'm calling Nadler a woman. First of all, he looks like a short woman. You know what I mean?
With his belt. You know, he takes his pet out, he opens up his zipper, and he puts his hand and pulls it. You see that guy wears his belt right under his breast.
I mean, this guy's on the impeachment committee. What a loser. And he only came up with embarrassment for any community. Him and that other wacko on the Schiff, and the problem.
Why is it always the Jews? You know, what are they trying to prove?
They're not Jews.
What are they trying to prove? What are they trying to prove?
They're proving that they're better than the world.
Trump has been the best president to the Jews. Anybody? Did you see what he said today?
But you know what he did? He only came up with 2 articles of impeachment. They didn't come up with the Mueller Russia collusion, which they kept saying they were going to do, and they're going to lose.
Barr said today, it's unbelievable.
I know,
it's unbelievable.
The FBI actually did something wrong, but again, they did it
wrong. They took the Steele report, which they knew was fake, and the fake report they knew was fake.
But they have a right to investigate, but they don't. You see, these judges can do whatever you want. Like today, I was screaming at a judge, you guys are postponing it. You're making us run around your system. I know.
They have no inspector general.
They have no inspector.
They go out
our attorney general, I thought this Letitia James is normal. She just runs around and starts suing. And
why is she busy with Trump? Why is Letitia James busy with Trump? Why is she not busy with her own people? Take care of your own city.
Our city.
Mind your own business.
And de Blasio is telling everybody, I am not going to worry about Amazon and Google. And you know what? He ends up spending tens of thousands of dollars on Uber and Amazon instead of using the local people. Really, the guy is just a liar. And we have these idiots in politics, and we are electing them over and over. It's not like Nadler's his first time. It's really his 10th, 6th time or 5th time. Why do we keep putting him?
Looks like he should have expired a long time ago.
And I bet you this girl Cortez is going to be reelected after she messed up the city of New York.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Anyways, I need to ask you a favor. I did the commercials which you missed, which is good. I'm sure you didn't like that.
No,
I got to say my joke and quote of the day.
go ahead.
First of
we
all,
gotta laugh at
you
the joke.
don't have a problem that I say a shout out to my beautiful granddaughter Mira Nava.
Absolutely
She's
not.
walking now and she got her first tooth.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
like Nava. That's a
I
gorgeous
know.
name.
Okay, my kids found it in some comic book, whatever. Anyways, I want to shout out to another lady from Vacation Village, which I'm very upset with my place. I have a little house upstate called Vacation Village, and we have this WhatsApp, and there's a lot of bullies on there, and they've knocked me off. They put me on the guy in charge of it is a very nice man, but they got upset that I advertised my show there. But they talk stupid on there, like little girls and boys, and they want to censure us and they want to tell us what to do. It's so funny. I mean, it's like
everybody wants to be a boss.
a boss, and a WhatsApp makes them. They're all a bunch of wackos.
So make your own WhatsApp. What do you think
I wanted to say their names on the radio tonight of all these people who are like little bullies, you know, and I laugh at them, you know what I mean? But it's like, and I fight back. I always fight bullies.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I just fought. Let me tell you something. I tell everybody, stand up. If you believe it's right, then stand up for it. Okay, don't let anybody walk over you. I always said I'll never surrender. I never surrendered, and I won straight out because I knew the truth. The truth will always prevail. Don't let people talk you out of it. And if you find get the right support. You don't got the support. And instead of taking 5 minutes, which you should have taken, then it takes 3 weeks, and you have to travel to Canada to take care of it. So be it. But the truth will always prevail. Now let's go. Let's go with Heshy.
Anyways, we're going to shout out to Amira Nava, a friend of mine, Elliot, and one of my tenants, wonderful young couple called Yankee and Siri Halberstam. Wonderful. They had a baby girl, and beautiful. The second one, gorgeous young couple. They love us, and forget they're a cousin of mine, a second generation cousin. I just have so many of them. They're just delicious, and they had a baby girl. Mazel tov, Siri. Mazel tov, Yankee, to your congratulations on your baby. And then there's one lady who doesn't like me because I'm the candy man of Vacation Village, and I don't give candy like one or two. I give you, put your two hands into my bag and you take out as much candy as you want. This girl Shula just doesn't like me for some reason. I don't really care. She's a woman, you know. Which woman does like me for some reason?
I don't know. The one that stayed with you for the managed to stay.
I don't think she likes me.
I tried twice. I failed twice. I gotta tell you, man.
Anyways, I want to tell you my quote of the day. Yeah. Here we go with my quote, everybody. And of course, we start with the quote of the day. And I'm hoping, Shmuley, you will laugh this week. You have no choice.
No problem. It's part of it. It's part of the parcel.
Part of the job. Got you. Anyways, here it is. Don't worry what people think of your opinions. Let them be courageous enough to take action on their opinions.
100%.
You have your opinions. I always have my opinions. I say my piece. I tell it the way it is. If you don't want to hear it, what I do, too bad. But go out and do it. And that's why I want people to do good. Everybody asks me, what's your show about? My show is about doing good, helping
100%.
others,
100%.
taking care, have a good laugh, make your day happy.
And showing Hakaras Hatov.
I start at 4:30 in the morning. Look at it's 10 o'clock at night almost. You have to go out there and do good. I'm not asking you to put in 15, 20 hours a day. I'm asking you to do one thing on a Saturday, or go feed somebody, or volunteer, or go visit a neighbor. You know, it snowed this morning. Maybe check on somebody if they're cold, or drop off a sandwich. My sister is a delicious girl, 51 years old. She has Down syndrome. We take good care of her. But, you know, there's a bunch
I love families who take care of it, because not all families are like that. You know that?
There's a young
and I was
family,
so surprised to see that.
But there's a young family on the corner of my block with like 10 kids, and they keep dragging my sister over to eat there. When I said, no, she has to eat by me. And my sister leaves the house and says, I'm not going to eat by you. I'm going to them. They're nicer to me than you. They don't scream at
what did he say? A little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness.
Very nice.
And it's imperative. If everybody just did one little nice thing. Because people are so into doing nasty things. I can tell you what people did to me and did to other people, to my neighborhood. And I was so blown away to see Jews doing this to each other. It's like we talk about sinas chinam.
I know.
And we're
going to talk about that. Yeah. Anyways, you can call into the show at 718-303-9090. You can watch us at live on Facebook at Just Enough Heshy, or you can see us on YouTube on Just Enough Heshy. 288-7844. I get a lot of complaints that I'm not looking at the thing. By the way, I want to tell you something. I met this young man. I heard of him. I want to tell you about him. Very nice guy. His name is Bobby Mendelwitz, and he has an elder care program that is, they call him Medicaid Bobby. He helps people with Medicaid apps, recertification. You know, when you're elder and you have money, they don't let you get onto the special programs. He helps you with that. His name is Bobby Mendelwitz. You can call him up for all your really good needs. He's really a nice guy. And his phone number is 917-826-8145, 917-826-8145. Wonderful. Now we're going to tell you my joke of the day.
Just listen to your show number again as well, 718-288.
388. No, three. You mixed me up. 718-303-9090 to call into the show. Ask us anything. Let's talk about anything. But I want to hear my joke. Are you ready for my joke?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I've been waiting a whole week for this.
In the early 1980s, I was working on my business degree for about a year, and I had to pay my own way through school. So what I did was I bought and sold used books for college courses.
Oh, so you were before Amazon came on?
I'm way before
You're the original Amazon guy?
A young guy came over to me by my car, and he looked for a Popular Finance.
So Bezos is jealous of you.
He came out for a Popular Finance course, a book for Popular Finance. And he was shocked to find out that the book would cost him $96. I remember this specifically. And he asked me, Heshy, how much is it worth if I sold the book back to you at the end of the semester? I said, you'll get back $24. He says, that's insane. And as he handed me the cash, and I replied sympathetically, I always thought that a person who buys a book for $96 and sells it back to me for $24 should fail the course. Okay, I knew you wasn't that good. I know you fake laughing time.
I'm laughing that you had the balls to say a joke like that.
But I have a backup joke anyways. We always have people coming out for dinner, and I teach my boys to set the table and serve the table. That's and nice. At one dinner meal, I had a couple of guests we brought over, and my son Avram at the end for dessert, he went out to help his mother serve the dessert, and he comes out and he brings me a nice piece of apple pie. And I go and hand it to the first guest. He comes out with a second piece of apple pie and hands it to me. I hand it to the next guest. He says, Pop, they're all the same size.
It's like, why do you not keeping it?
Right, okay. Yeah, you didn't even get the joke. Anyways, everybody, you're on the show with Justin, with Heshy and Shmuley. We're going to take a couple calls. We want to talk about you. Push the button, Shmuley. Line 2. Let's see who our first call of the night is. Push 2. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy and Shmuley.
Hello, Big H. This is Eddie from Dyker Heights.
Hello, Eddie. Eddie, I want to ask you a question. Yep. Are they crazy? Really? They actually impeached they put up 2 articles, and it's the dumbest articles. I mean, people actually are laughing at it, and they're actually going to waste the entire Senate millions of dollars of our time for this stupid. I mean, I thought they would have 20 articles of impeachment, something with the Russian collusion. This is like dumb. I'm actually embarrassed right now about Congress.
This just makes him look bad, Heshy. And hopefully enough people who have been benighted will become enlightened and see this. And next year, we wipe them off everywhere.
Right. Today I saw there was a poll, 51% saying, please don't do it. That is half of America says, please don't do it. You got to stop. You can't just do. I understand if it's overwhelming evidence or something, but you're just going to waste our time in the Congress, waste our time in the Senate, shut down America. What, for good TV? I'm embarrassed, Eddie.
Well, Heshy, that was from the Quinnipiac poll, and the Quinnipiac poll is not favorable to Trump.
Wow.
So that makes it even more important.
Wow. Eddie, did you hear about the shooting in Jersey City? I wanted to talk about it because everybody's been bothering me and texting me about it. Did you hear about this?
Yes, I actually listened to a small segment on the news today. Yes, that they were ultra-Orthodox Jews that moved from Brooklyn, or I think you said Brooklyn, to Jersey City in a mixed neighborhood.
No, but what happened was is it a hate crime? I didn't really beve that this was a hate crime or anything.
They didn't show the perpetrators.
But you know what I found out at the end of the story, because I found it because our councilmen, Yeager and Deutsch, all scream and holler that they're helping with the burials. When I know fact that the Schmier organization, a young bunch of volunteers, are helping with the setting up and delivering and going around with the bodies while Deutsch is twitting. That's how our councilmen do. They Twitter that they're helping. They're not doing anything. I promise you, I know for inside information, our councilman has done nothing but Twitter. But what I heard the story is that these two people, these two perpetrators or gunmen, they were caught with a stolen U-Haul. And the cop caught them and went over to them, and they shot the cop. As they were running away, there was
a cemetery.
In the cemetery.
And a mile away.
So people said that, hey, maybe they just ran into this kosher grocery by mistake. So
I love it when they do that. They try to say, well, it wasn't really against Jews.
I also thought for a moment, hey, it's funny. They're in a car chase. What, they're going to stop all of a sudden in a kosher grocery and running? What we found out was there's a Jewish school upstairs of this grocery. Yes. And that they have cameras seeing that these two perpetrators were scouting the area, that these guys really were going to come to that place and kill those little children. I know we lost 2 or 3 people over there. It's a shame, especially the police officer. But you know what? I'm still angry. Why aren't we on the streets patrolling more? Why are we ticketing more? I don't know.
Also, I think there's also a Catholic school in the vicinity. Also.
Right. There's a Catholic school there. Everything. I don't know.
Okay, listen, Heshy, there's something on a little lighter note. I know I like a lot of your sayings when you come out, okay?
Yeah.
I got one for you that I heard from believe it or not, a movie made in 1950 by Jimmy Stewart. You know Jimmy Stewart?
I love Jimmy Stewart, please.
Okay, now listen, it's simple. He plays a very gentle, nice, but a tippler, okay, but a very pleasant one. All right, probably from a wealthy enough family because he doesn't have to work, but that's immaterial. It's a character study. Okay, here it is. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
All right.
Wow, very good, Eddie.
Okay,
you are wonderful. I love you, man. And we all have to pray for everybody. We have to stick together. And I thank you for your call, Eddie. You're just a wonderful man. May you have a great holiday season. But I'm going to speak to you again next week. Before that, it's still before Christmas, New Year. So we got no problem.
That's right. Take it easy.
You got it, Eddie. Good night. Thank you, my friend.
Hasta la vista, buddy.
Take the next call. Line 3. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy and Shmuley.
Yes, hi. I'm Jakob from Williamsburg, Heshy.
Hi.
I live right next door to Sutton on Rodney Street, and there's a big levaya going on right now, right outside my window. I don't hear 2-hour. I don't speak, that fluent Yiddish. It's a loudspeaker system. I don't know if it's for the lady or for the man, but it's going on right now. They're probably about 3/4 through with it now.
I heard there was one funeral that was going to be in Williamsburg tonight and one that was going to be in Jersey City. And there's a lot of police officers out there tonight. And a lot of our politicians have shown up for this funeral.
Sure, it's an opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's opportunity. Instead of being quiet and laid back, they want to just stand over there in front. I mean, anyways, it's a bad situation.
Actually, I want to say one thing about these perpetrators. They call them the Black Hebrews or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, I've seen these people around town. I don't know if you've seen them. They stand around Times Square. They stand in subway stations and in Soho. They have like a group of them, usually like 4 or 5. They wear these very expensive silk suits with Mug and Davids all over them.
Wow.
And they stand on soapboxes and they hold up these little signs and cards in front of them. And they say terrible things. And every time I see them, I do one thing. I say very loud, a booming voice, over and over again, you're jealous because they think they're fake Jews. And they hate Jews.
I know.
I say you're jealous of the Jews. You're jealous of the Jews.
But we should all, when we pass them, why do we ignore them? We think by ignoring them, it's better. What they do is they incite riots, or they get a couple of people they pull on the side. We have to each pass by and say they should be ashamed of themselves. We should not spit at them. Of course not. We shouldn't be hurting another person, but we should tell them who they are, that they're nothing. We should berate them, And I'm ashamed that sometimes we just let things go by, and then what happens is it just keeps getting worse. And this thing with the anti-Semitism is floating across America. And you know why? It's people like our politicians, like Cortez from the Bronx, who are haters of the Jews. And we had recently, I just want you to know, Yaakov, we have a lady in the city council that a new one that was just elected. What's her name again? I don't even know. Who cares what her name is? I saw a picture of her with this guy Leon Goldenberg, who tells all the people, let's move out to Jersey now. That's what he wants. Let's move to Jersey.
Why should we move out to Jersey?
Actually, can I say one more thing quickly?
Very quickly.
Before her office opened, I called for Cortez. I called the congressional office, her office on the congressional switchboard, and I left her the following message. I called the voicemail because that way it gets through. I don't want to speak to her aides. But after the office opened, I said, I have an idea for you. You should have a personal, individual, estimated flatulence tax because they say the cows give off methane and it causes global warming. I said, I want you to have a press conference check which you give to the federal government. This is my personal estimated individual flatulence tax.
Yeah.
That's my message to her.
Well, My message to her is I hope she doesn't get elected because she's an idiot. By the way, the person that I was I'm not happy about is called Farrah Lewis. She's a councilwoman, won her election, and I don't know why this guy Leon Gelder and this guy Yerucham Silber, he bankrupted a Jewish organization called JCC or something. And these two people stand there. I mean, they just support somebody from not our community, somebody who says I'm annoyed by the Jews. And I'm telling you, if they're annoyed by the Jews, they're annoyed by the Christians, they're annoyed by the Muslims. These are people that our own people that just go against us. Not even our own people, it's people of your community that shouldn't be, we have so much hate, so much shootings, so much killing, and still we just hate, like again, I was complaining about a stupid thing in the beginning of the show, Yaakov, about that I'm part of this little village upstate, and we all argue and infight over stupidity, really, and we hurt each other, and we insult each other, and we try to dig one another. When we have killings and shootings, we should be embarrassed. We should love one another, and we should make this place a better place.
100%.
Anyways, thank you for your call, Yaakov. You're wonderful, and you should call back, and I hope you like our show. Did you like my joke today, by the way?
I like it. In fact, it was one of the best ones you had.
I second you that.
Thank you, Yaakov.
We should tell people again how they can reach us online.
By the way, Trump, yes or no? I think he hung up. Trump?
No, hello. Yes.
Trump,
yes.
You like Trump for the next election, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to say one more thing about Nadler.
Yeah.
If I could say this one more
I
thing.
hate Nadler. Anything you want to say against that little woman?
No, have you ever seen his congressional district, the map, what it looks like?
I know.
It's the gerrymandering is unbelievable. It goes from Manhattan, 3 places in Manhattan, into Brooklyn, and all over the city.
I know.
How does he get away with that?
I don't know. We got to get rid of him on the next.
Someone should investigate that.
Don't worry, no. On the next election, he'll be in power. I'm going to be councilman. I'm going to make sure that I have my whole.
Yeah, but he's going to lose it because he's going to see what happens now that Trump's not going to get impeached.
Yeah, but people forget too quickly. That's the problem.
They're only making Trump stronger. They're going to hate him because they're going to realize that he made Trump stronger.
Trump are going to make it. Thank you, Yaakov, for your call. Have a good night. Have a great week.
Where can people see the show, Heshy?
What?
Where can people see the show again?
They can watch the show on YouTube by typing in Just Enough Heshy, or the Just Enough Heshy show. Facebook, Just Enough Heshy. You can call into the show 718-303-9090, or listen to us live on channel 620 AM radio, which I'm hoping you're listening to. I picked up a guy in the car today. I was coming home from Williamsburg. I picked up 2 people on a ride. He says, I know you. You're from the radio, and I know your friends. I said, listen to me tonight. He says, I'm one of the only listeners. I said, oh, God, I'm in trouble when somebody says that. Anyways, but that's what I want to talk about, and I have some other things to talk. First of all, there's an actor that I like. I know we don't talk about acting and comedy, and so there's one particular guy. He's a Jewish actor. His name is Kirk Douglas. He's
Michael Douglas' father.
I loved him as a little, and Michael Douglas, right?
That's his son, right?
Do you know that he's 103 years old?
He's
still alive. He had a stroke.
I loved his movie.
He was a movie, even though,
I remember from the 80s.
But he played in one of his movies. He played a Jewish colonel that went to Israel. He was one of the colonels that helped Israel and got killed the last day when they took over when they were just entering Jerusalem.
Right. Kirk Douglas. Very classy gentleman.
Very classy. Yeah. I like the whole family. They're all wonderful people.
Michael's a chip of the old block.
There was a video going around. I'm not a big fan of helping people in jail, coming out of jail. But Alan Dershowitz, I saw a video today of a Palestinian woman getting up and screaming at him. Right. Or talking to him and asking him, and he got up and he said like a 3 or 4 minute piece about people, about saying, "Hey, Palestinians." I mean, and I'm not against our people, and again held back by their own people, by
absolutely they're held back by their own people, and by the rest of the world as well.
But they're
like the Democrats.
But basically, they're on welfare, and they should get themselves up. The Jews came out of the Holocaust.
100%. They're raised from the ashes.
But it was not only my father. My father and a lot of Jews came out of it, and they have Lithuania and Russia and Israel all over. And they got themselves up. They started new lives. They 100%. Came to America. They came to Israel.
I'm in the middle of having the same. I have like 5,000 followers.
60 years later. These guys are walking around with keys, and you don't see anybody from the Holocaust walking around with keys from Poland
No,
or Hungary and stuff like that.
And this is exactly, people say, well, there'll never be peace. I said, well, there will be peace.
And it's not even them that's to do with the land.
People die with a lot worse than that.
Yeah, it's like me telling me, oh, I'm going to go back.
They have to uprise against their terrorist government if they want to be successful.
No, but they need to be. They have to try to get to change the shackles. I understand.
Got to change the culture, man.
I understand.
Change the culture.
I understand people are poor in America and all over the world, but come on, man,
I like
enough.
I think so. I think he's become a lot more conservative over the years, and he's started to see the truth of what it is, and he's been a very, very good. I forget the word I'm looking for, but in the forefront, I've seen him respond really nicely, and he's very good at putting in perspective and getting the point across pretty fast.
Now, what's your opinion on homelessness? Now, a lot of the homeless people that I've spoken to on the street, because I do stop and I give them money, they're saying they can't go to the shelters because when they're there, they're getting attacked or beaten up or whatever. And some of them are going to hotels. $380 million were paid out to hotels for the homeless people. They're not going to the shelters. We could use that money and build apartments.
100%. We need a better system. Right. It's mismanagement.
Our idiot mayor and council who are throwing money away on fake mental illness because
they need to create a problem, because if they don't have a problem, it doesn't look like they're doing anything. So they know they can fix it up.
They're building
a big problem here in New York City.
They're building now a big complex. They're building a big complex now, finally something called low-income housing. Which, why don't they do that all the time? If there's so much land and so much place and so much money,
they make so much money of selling it to developers.
But what they do is but they screw the developers and landlords. Say, listen, we're going to take away your property, so you can only rent it for prices that we tell you.
There should be separate. There should be separate council properties for people who need
a low income. But you know what? Because the government can't run it. Did you ever see the New York City Housing Authority? Sloppily run. People live without heat, but they don't get in trouble. The city when they don't get heat, they can do what they want.
If the kid drops the plate, he gets in trouble from his mom. But if the mom drops the plate, it's okay.
I've been to almost every project in the city of New York, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, across the board, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. And some of them are really bad. I was even stabbed in one of them in 1998 or 99, whatever it was, those years when I was doing work over there. And my point that I'm trying to make to you is it's really badly run. One project, I was in independent houses, which is in Williamsburg. Wow, you could eat off the ground. The apartments are beautiful, well kept. If people want to take care of their own homes and their apartments, like a tenant, when I was a tenant, you got to take care of it. You got to understand this.
Take a pride in where you live, man.
Right, but some people don't care. No, my landlord's going to fix it. My landlord's going to paint it.
Why your landlord? Your landlord's responsible for structure. I understand that. But it doesn't mean you should live like a pig.
Right, but sometimes you're right. Some landlords do take advantage, and that's when I go help.
My landlord, I had a leak in my apartment. Right, I told my landlord to pay for it because the leak down to my neighbor. He started a whole fight. I said, you know something? I don't want to fight with my neighbors. I want to pay. It cost me $500. I had to put a new ceiling in. Why? Because one of the kids forgot to close the shower. Fine, I was disappointed.
There are mistakes that happen, but you have to take care of it. Sometimes, and I'm disappointed with a lot of people that think. I'm in landlord-tenant court, right? A lot, not for me, but for other people. And I see the hate again. The non-cooperation, and most of this could be taken care of, resolved over nothing.
Most things I went through. I went through a divorce right now, right? It could have been closed in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, the whole thing could have been done. It became an international fiasco. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to go into the details of private story online, even though it's not so private if you come to my neighborhood. But the bottom line is a lot of situations can be closed up 1, 2, 3. But you have these people who feel that because they thrive on the fight. They want attention.
Listen to me. Again, you know what? I'm going to go back to our councilman, Chaim Deutsch. Wonderful boy. I mean, I know him as a young boy, you know what I mean? But now, you know what he's busy with? He wants in front of bus stops these barricades. So in case a car runs, it happened once, so he wants to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Whoever gets the country. Be a very lucky guy.
Exactly. Instead of using our money for mental health, and he's on the committee for mental health, $1 billion, nothing happened. Do you know he's on the committee for veteran affairs? The man never even met a veteran in his life. He's on the committee. Why isn't he on the committee of the building department, which has no oversight? Nobody's watching them. Each organization in this city has no oversight.
We need an inspector general because we got a crappy mayor.
We have a mayor who's the boss.
Please, the guy does nothing. He's busy. For the last few months, he was busy running for president.
Right.
Who the hell? What was the guy thinking, man? Are you on drugs?
I like police officers, but some of them but some police officers are just so hateful because the mayor says, go screw the people. They stand on corners. They entrap us with tickets. Again,
listen, I got to be honest here. I got a big problem with the NYPD right now. The problem is they don't follow protocol. It's a big issue right now.
Right.
I had my own issue.
They
with
have
them.
to make arrests.
They don't follow protocol because it's mismanagement. You got a crappy mayor. Doesn't know. There's nobody running the show. Everybody thinks they can do what they want.
Right.
And now they're going to pay the price now. I'm suing them now for not following protocol.
But Mr. Mr. Bloomberg apologized for stop and frisk. And a lot of these stupid cops back then stopped and frisked people. Now, I have a question for you. You know that it was wrong, officer. Why would you do something that's wrong? Because your mayor told you to
I think that most officers, I don't think most police come because they actually want to help the community. I think they come because they get hard on it, straight up.
Right.
They want to. They're just a lot of them are just thugs with guns. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm a Republican. I believe very strongly in law and order, but I believe that they need to do a whole rerun of the NYPD.
I believe a lot of those police officers need psychiatric evaluation. I'm talking across the board. I had a young girl that we took in, a Muslim girl, and we helped her out for a couple of years. It became wonderful. The problem is I had to take her to the mosque, and I made friends with a local mosque on Coney Island Avenue. In the mosque was a police officer. He came over to me, said to me, he got to, how do I doing? Why you're helping a Muslim girl? I said, yeah, why not? It doesn't make a difference. You're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Jewish. If you need help, we're going to help you out no matter what. Me and my wife, we always help people. We take people in all the time.
It's a really nice
and this police officer was just a gentleman, the way and he was a Muslim person, and people couldn't understand what I mean. So it doesn't make a difference if you're black or Muslim or Jewish. You have to be able to be a good person, whether you're a cop. And a lot of these
don't take advantage of your authority. Right. That's a big problem.
50% of police officers and correction officers are abusive or divorced. That's 100%. What I heard. 100%. It's very terrible. 100%. I don't know what to tell you.
I have a big problem with the 71st precinct right now. Very big issue. Mismanagement, personal treatment. And there's going to be a whole investigation into this. I'm not going to let this go just like that.
Wow.
I was taking advantage of one.
But you can't beat them.
I did beat them.
Government agencies.
You have no choice. If people don't stand up, this will become like, this is not the USSR. You can't just go and arrest people willy-nilly. You gotta have a real reason to put you can't just put a warrant against somebody.
They can do whatever they want.
No, they can't.
I was in court.
They can't.
Listen to me. I was in court, and I'm fighting the Department of Buildings. And the lady comes up, this stupid opposition lawyer, a woman, really not too bright. I don't know why women are actually lawyers.
You can't make
I'm not, but this one didn't.
I'm a big advocate.
But this one shouldn't have been a lawyer. My nephew was there with me.
I know a lot of guys who shouldn't be lawyers.
And I'm arguing with her. You know what I mean? A case.
Like Zaki Tamir.
She comes up
with
man. She comes up with some argument.
Lawyer.
She comes up with some argument that if you did something bad in the past, you can never be licensed again. We want to punish you. And the judge said, never. She says, well, I'm not sure. Never, but we don't want to prove it. And she brought up some case law. So I said to her, I understand you. I know many people who has done stuff bad that you've issued the licenses again. Right. So she says to me, yeah, who? So I rip out somebody that was a drug dealer. She laughs. Well, I have to look into it. I said, you know what? Maybe you made a mistake.
They always have to look into it when they're wrong.
I said, look, I have somebody that bribed other inspectors and politicians, and he was arrested, and you only fined him $5,000. She says, I have to look into it. I said, you know what?
So maybe you should have done your homework before you get to work.
That's right, because she just submitted it. But here's the best part. Yeah. When I whipped out the third piece of paper to the judge, I said, here's a rapist. Right. And the judge,
what was his name? What was the rapist's name? Giddy?
And the judge took the papers from me. She says, do you have any more? I said, Judge, there's so many more, but I don't want to pick a lot of other people. These are the 3 bad ones that I really don't like.
Right.
And I gave it, and the judge took the papers from me. I said, Judge, I don't know if you're going to rule for me, but my argument is good. I don't know why you have to listen to the case law itself. You have to understand what's going on. That they're wrong. They change the laws. They change the codes on us. And you just
change the code. They got to constantly recreate ways how to make money.
I remember when Bloomberg was mayor, and we used to beat them in court a lot. So Bloomberg used to say, appeal the case or change the code because I don't like them winning. And it was nothing. It was only for a couple of $1,000.
Which is nice.
He went out. Remember, $3.5 billion last year was fined to citizens of the city of New York. That means $3.5 billion.
Do you know, by the way?
That means we committed criminal acts. And every time I was in traffic court, and I'm just telling the judge, we're standing on a corner. Here are pictures that we have to go around the truck because these trucks are double parked or fire department 60. We have to go around. By the time we get back into the right lane, we can't get into the right lane to make the right turn because we're stuck.
Right.
The cop sees it. Nobody's speeding. Nobody's cutting a light. We're waiting for the light. He's waiting for us to make the right turn from the left
It's
lane.
entrapment.
It's
100%
and he gets
entrapment.
out and he holds up more traffic.
That's what they're busy doing. They're so busy giving out tickets, they have no time to actually
Right,
patrol.
so- and
Can
he
you explain that to
gives
me?
out only 4 or 5. So we showed the traffic judge the pictures. He says, "How do I know these pictures are from today?"
Oh,
I said-
sure.
I said, "Understand,
How do you know?
this traffic cop is giving you testimony from 2 years ago. How do we know it's the right one?" Well, he wrote it down. I said, "These are the pictures from that day."
Yeah.
I said,
why? I want to know. I have a question. Why is a police officer automatically believed just because he wears the
Right.
uniform? He's a regular same guy. He drinks
Right.
and craps like everybody else. It's a massive chutzpah.
Let me tell you even a
I have
better
a big
story.
problem with
Let
that.
me
They
tell
take
you-
advantage of
let
their
me tell you
they
better-
take advantage of their authority.
Me and my partner Penny, we were representing a young guy where a particular inspector constantly tortured them.
Right.
And one day he came with 10 violations, which we were just laughing. I mean, most of them were just stupidity. And he went and served the violation. He climbed over the fence, and there was video and cameras all over. We told the guy, put up cameras because this guy is crazy.
Right.
Climbed over the fence illegally. And the way he swore that he served it, that he rang the bell and knocked on the door and waited for somebody to come to the door. It was a Friday, which was the people were home.
Right.
We have on video that he lied. Straight out that he never did it, that he lied, he never did it. You know what happened?
What?
He comes to court and says, "No, you're lying. It's not true." We said, "Here's the video, Judge."
Right.
"Oh, I'm not sure." I said, "You have to look at the video. This is actual video, time stamped and everything."
Right.
So when we showed it to the inspector, "Oh, you must have cut something out and
You
played."
know,
it."
I agree. You know, Sonny, I have a very similar story going on right now with a
But the
rabbi.
judge believed us and dismissed the case. Now we told the inspector, if you're lying under oath, even if it's an administrative court, you can still be perjury.
Right.
Nothing happened to him.
Because they pick and choose what they want to do.
I know.
They pick when it comes to their people. Same with the rabbis. Have the same problem right now. I had a personal case very recently, and a rabbi wrote very simply. I wrote a get, and somebody had some charges against me, and the deal was you drop the charges because they were frivolous. And the rabbi said if she doesn't drop the get, if she doesn't drop the charges, the get, it's as if the get. I have it taped. I can play it right now on the radio.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right thing to do. And the rabbi said if she doesn't drop the charges by tomorrow, because we gave the get on a Friday, and it said it was 2 minutes before Shabbos, by Matzah Shabbos Sunday. It's 6 weeks later. And she still didn't drop the charges. And I said, the rabbi, come give me the paper.
I know. They lie.
So I go to another rabbi, and the rabbi says, "You're right." So I said, "Well, go tell him."
It's not only the
It's
rabbi;
both.
they learn it from
It's
our gut. Let me tell you,
They
I
just say what they want.
I
Because
had-
they got authority, they can do what they
Right.
want,
I-
and somebody has to clean the place up.
about
Started with the Vatican Crown Heights. This thing got
no,
kicked
no,
out.
but about 10 years ago, a friend of mine, my neighbor, bought a house on East
Right.
4th Street. He left me at my block, a young man, and he was a contractor.
Right.
And he worked very hard, and he moved into next door to an old man who just thought he owned the block and tortured this poor man. His name was Shimon, my friend.
Yeah.
And every day he used to fight. Wherever he parked the car, the old man says, "Oh, you're blocking my neighbor's driveway, my son's driveway."
Yeah.
He he tortured my guy. He just dumped garbage there, called the police. It was just a terrible fight. You know how
Right.
two neighbors, when there's a fight on a block, the whole block gets crazy. One day the old man came out while my friend was in his driveway, standing in front of his house, started screaming at him like you never saw before.
Yeah.
And the old man had a heart attack on the spot.
Oh my God.
Fell down and fell
Poor
into
guy.
one of the gates.
Oh my
Now
God.
the gate with the pointy
Oh,
edge
I don't
went
know.
right, and he died on the spot.
Wow.
So everybody in the block came running out. "We saw you push him. We saw you push him." The guy said, I never pushed him. I never touched him. DNA and all that. Anyways, he got all nervous and he ran away. I remember watching television and my friend's face popped up. Murderer, we're looking for him.
God.
He ran away for a couple of days. He hired a big time lawyer. They came back and they finally showed proof that he never touched him. There was no
Thank
proof of
God.
ever touching.
I hate it when people just come with an opinion. People
The DA
love
sat
this.
him down.
Yeah.
He sat him down. He had a big time lawyer
Yeah.
called Brofman at the time.
Yeah,
so
Ben
it was-
Brofman, yeah.
Right. So, and he
Great
paid
guy.
$100,000. So I happen not to be a fan of Brofman.
It's not about being a part of Brofman. It's a shame that you have to pay $100,000 to prove yourself right.
Me. So anyway,
I just paid now tens of thousands of dollars to prove the NYPD was
Right,
wrong.
but
For
look-
what?
Right.
For what? Because they lied.
So
Chutzpah.
Brofman goes over to the DA, and this is wrong what you did. Arresting and threatening when you should have done your research. You should have
It's
investigated.
exactly my
So
head.
the DA
Same
says, "You
case.
know what? We're dropping the charges, but
Right.
we know that your little friend, who's a contractor, paid some cash out to his workers. Might have had an illegal.
so they try to hold him hostage.
They did. They said,
Can I say
you're
bastards
going to
on the
not
radio?
drop on us, and we're not going to come after you." And my
Right.
friend had no choice but to make it go away. This is what.
That's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
They think they can do what they want. They don't follow protocol.
But
I had a
it's-
case with me just now.
But it's our people that allow us to
Right.
re-elect
It's
these
It's our
attorney
own
generals
people.
and
I
mayors.
want to ask you a question. If you're a Vatican in your neighborhood, Would you have an issue if he was a law?
It doesn't make a difference if you're a rabbi or a judge.
Is it an issue? I want to ask you a personal.
It's not
opinion.
an issue. It's a system. You're not understanding somebody. Again, when I was in court today, I'm watching 30 of these lawyers walk around me. They come there every day. They're losers. I mean, talking they make 50, 60, 70 grand.
Ambulance
and then their bosses who are good salesmen are charging $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per person. These guys show up in court. They make their $200, $300 a day. And all they do is to postpone, make you suffer so you don't show up. You get a default judgment. And they postpone it because they're there every single day. This court system on 360
so overloaded because of that.
But it's not overloaded. They make you see. I promise you. Here's a story of mine that I was evicting a tenant. I was nice to them. I'm good to all my tenants. When I finally got her out of there, after 5 years, she sued me for mold. I said I have mold tests, mold proof. She took me to, and finally after 5 years, I just gave up and paid her $5 grand. You know where most of the money went? To the lawyers.
To the lawyers. She couldn't even enjoy.
Right. And the point is this is what they do. They go around these lawyers, and I was making fun of the lawyers today in court. I said, you're all stupid. You're all looking to make us money. You all go home at 5, 6 o'clock. They don't know that we work for a living.
Right.
But we can't keep going back there. You people have to stand up. My constituents in my neighborhood, everybody tells me, move to another neighborhood. You'll get elected.
Why should you move to another neighborhood?
I have served my community for 35 years. Yes, I made one mistake. I was tricked by somebody. And you know what? I do regret what happened to me. And you know what? I should have maybe cooperated. Everybody tells me I should have cooperated with the government. I told the judge today. You know why I didn't cooperate? I have a lot of people that trust me. A lot of people that know that I keep secrets from abused women, from children that are running away that we try to help. And you just can't go around telling the police or everything what's going on.
Absolutely
you have to be very careful, especially with a guy like me.
Otherwise, people won't trust you.
Right. And I'm very trustworthy. That's why my office, people stand in line. And I
want the police look for these opportunities, take advantage of you.
Right. You know, I had a cop that came into my office. There was some kind of accident or robbery, and he wanted to see my video camera. And I said, you know, I have no problem letting you see, but I want to know what you're looking for. And he says, well, I can't tell you. He says, well, I can't let you see the camera.
Very good.
He says, well, you're going to have to, I can come here.
So go. So you go get the paperwork.
I said, we delete.
Let them go.
I said, we delete them. So anyways, he sends his detective boss there to me, and I said to him, listen, I have no problem. I want to know what you think. Oh, somebody was accused of touching another child. I says, who? Do you know what he looks like? Do you have a description? Why don't you go around asking people? We want to see your videos of everybody.
Because they're lazy. Right. They don't want to look at no canvassing anymore. That's why you go past the police. You go across the street and you'll see there's like 50 squad vehicles.
You know what
why those vehicles not out on the road?
You know what I told him? If you walk outside on one of the poles, which they have a camera, NYPD, I said, why don't you ask that camera that I know Councilman, Assemblyman Hyken put up? Oh, it didn't work. I said, you actually put up a camera for $1 million? It doesn't work?
It's such a joke.
Aren't they ashamed?
Such a joke.
I know.
Such a joke.
We have to police ourselves, hire our own voluntary people.
Our own security system.
But they're busy. You know what the cops are busy? With giving tickets. Now, I respect police officers, but some of them just think that they're out there just to, I don't know, punish us.
I don't know. Yeah, who the hell do they think they are? Take advantage of the opportunity.
Buildings inspectors, you're supposed to help us and violate us.
There needs to be
health department inspectors going into restaurants, telling you how to keep your place clean and nice. No, instead they just give you violations. You should go to the courts, the administrative courts. There's a city.
It's all money.
It's all money. But I don't mind paying. But God forsakes, you punish and make people lose millions and millions.
$3.5 billion. He said that the New York. I guarantee
one agency.
The vast majority is from low-income neighborhoods. You know why? Because they would never get away with that in other neighborhoods. Ever get away with it.
A lot of the people, I don't represent big landlords and stuff and developers. Most of my clients, 60% of them are small homeowners, people who try to fix over their houses, itty bitty stuff. I mean, a guy actually changed his garage doors to fancy doors. He worked so hard. That's all he did. He took his garage door up and down and he made it swinging, and he actually fixed up the place nice. They said, well, he's using his garage for something else. I said, first of all, if he's using the garage for something else, then he's occupying it illegally. He didn't do work without a permit. Here's a permit. Here's what it looks like. He says, well, if he occupies it differently, then the whole building is illegal. I said, where the hell did you come up with such a rule?
What are you talking about?
And the judge is the
did they get a warrant to go inside his property and check it out?
No, because if the gate is open,
they just decide.
So the rule is, if you post a notice, beware of dog, no trespassing, they're not allowed to walk on your property. But if you don't have a gate, they can. You believe
Why are they allowed to do that? Why are they allowed to walk?
I don't even know. They have badges. I don't know what kind of badges those are, because officially they're not police officers. They're not properly trained. They don't even know proper code. I have a helper. There's a helper, a guy who was a helper for one of my construction companies, a guy I worked for, a guy who I helped out. This guy was a helper there, I don't know, for 2 or 3 years. He didn't really know. He didn't even know how to use a tool. He took a test. He's an inspector today.
So typical.
And it gets better. I met a woman. Her name is Dumbo or Gumbo or whatever her name is. She's an inspector. There's no way she lifted bricks, carried up, and did steel. Because I know that the reports are not here. I said, this is a construction site. We have reports. We have plans. We have books. We have logs.
Yeah. Did you ask to see them?
And you know what she did? She shut down one of the jobs because on the job there was something called a orientation meeting. I said, how do you know? We don't have the paperwork here. We have it in our office. Well, he has to be on site. I said,
okay, so give him an X amount of time to bring it to the site.
No, it's not there. Go in and we shut you down. And to shut down a job takes about 2 or 3 minutes. Because to open it up takes a month or 2.
What the hell is wrong with these people? It's control. It's all control.
But if you have the paperwork there, it gets destroyed. If it's not perfect, they fail you. So you have to have separate boxes, more storage.
You can't win. I was in the restaurant industry. They would come in. You know what they told me once? Because I'm very meticulous by nature, so the place was spick and span. Do you know what the inspector, she told me? She says, listen, if I don't give you 2 violations at the minimum, my what's called will be here tomorrow. My supervisor will be here tomorrow. Check my work. And he said, you don't want to see my super because he'll find a lot of problems.
I was speaking to a plumbing inspector. He says, we are told to fail every single job.
Right.
We'll give you an objection that you can certify, but we can't pass you on the first crack. I said, don't you think that's stupid? Don't you think that we work so hard?
Do you know how much money it costs?
I know.
And how much time consuming?
They don't care. They don't care. You go to the chief. I was arguing with a chief one day, an assistant chief. He says, well, I don't work for you. I said, sure you work for me. He says, no. My job is to stop you and to make sure you're doing it right. I said, so then why don't you tell me how to do it right? No, you should know how to do it right yourself.
I'm the inspector. I'm not the I've heard that line before.
Just a bunch of losers. Anyways, I want to talk about a couple commercials before we end the show. We, of course, have Chamula Jewelers. They're a family-owned business for over 40 years. They're located at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-9180. 1980. 718-336-1980. Chamula Jewelers, 944 Kings Highway. And then you have Tehila Tishler, 718-675-6842. 718-675-6842 for all your makeup, wigs, and hair deeds setups for when you go to a show. TEETEESTYLES.com. Take a look at the website, 718-675-6842. Technical difficulties located at 1504 60th Street, 718-259-4593. Really, he's a very nice man. Avi Flashes, 718-259-4593. He helps you with all your computer needs. 777 Barbershop, 4225 18th Avenue on the corner of 18th Avenue and East 2nd Street, 718-484-2499. Don't forget my place, Green Line Building Solutions. We're open. Just walk in on the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 718-871-0382, 718-871-0382. You can come in for your building department plans, permits, vacate orders, and if you just have community issues or problems, maybe we can help you. Sometimes I can help you with some other stuff. And then, of course, we have Wolf's Grocery located on the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue, 718-252-1863, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They make deliveries, 718-252-1863. And then, of course, we have we have another one, $25 car rental on the corner of 18th Avenue and Coney Island Avenue. Get into a car Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Really, he's really a nice guy.
Yeah, $25. That's it for the whole day.
Wait a minute, it gets better. You can keep the rate. He helps you build the insurance. $35 for a minivan. Wonderful guy. It's used cars. Try to treat him nice. Don't abuse it. Right. But he's really a nice man. His phone number is 718-851-2000 or 800-2495-249. 2495, very nice. 2495, very good. And then,
you should make it 2500.
And then, of course, we have a very nice person. It's called Fallon's, ladies' clothing, children's clothing, clothing. Fallon's, located at 3132 Bedford Avenue between J and K. They're on the corner of Avenue J. They have a Hanukkah special running. Right. For you ladies, 15. Don't be foolish. Even though I make fun of you women, don't be foolish. 15% off of any Fallon's gift certificate, and you just give it to them. And and some of these, and they even have $10 racks.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. I wish they had $10 racks for guys.
No, they don't got.
I know they don't have.
If they do, it's some place that the clothes you would never want to. You would find yourself dead.
Anyways, we have. When is Hanukkah, by the way?
It's coming up. It's on the 20. My head's not with me right now, but today is.
So it's not next week.
No, it's in 10, 12 days.
Wow, very good. Well, Hanukkah, we're going to make a lot of donuts. We just made, as I
Maybe
told you.
somebody wants to sponsor donuts for us, guys.
Well, we should. I should. You know,
yeah.
but you should know, I told you I had a fight with my wife because what I did was really.
Yeah, you guys fight a lot, man.
We do. I do. I know. She's
you
not.
managed to keep it for 30 years. I kept my first marriage. I was married for 10 years. The second one, I dated my wife for 2 years, and we were married for 2 years.
Oh wow!
And then I was competing with some other guy, so I didn't have a choice. But
okay,
but
we always. I don't know why we fight. I don't fight. She fights. You know, I argue with her.
I hate fighting.
We have a budget, and we know how to spend our money and save our money because we have to wear.
That's responsible.
So I was fixing. I was building her a kitchen. Yeah. Oh, she says, "Oh, you spend so much on the credit card." I said, "I'm doing it for you. I didn't buy shoes or clothing." I said, "You spend on shoes and clothing, and you're stealing all this money on the side that you don't want to tell me about."
How does that fit into the budget?
I tell you, I go into that girl's pocketbook, and she has like 17 envelopes with cash all over in dollars and tens and the hundreds. And then I see that she has a safe, 3 of them with keys on it that I can't get access to.
Why you checking up on her, man? After
I'm
30
not
years,
checking up on her because
I'm
not chasing. No,
that's so cute. That's really cute.
No, I'm not checking.
You guys got a relationship after 30 years.
No, I'm not checking up on her because she takes all my money. So when I wake up in the morning, I actually have $2 in my pocket. I can't even buy a coffee.
After 30 years, you should have found somewhere else to put your money, man.
Right, so she's still in bed. Sometimes I have to wake up 4:35 in the morning. Can you get up, Lenny? I need a couple bucks. She says, "You have a Dunkin' Donut app." Go to Dunkin' Donuts. I said, "But I want $20. I can get sometimes she does me a favor. She says, "Here's $100 for the week, baby."
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, sweetheart. Yeah.
I gotta tell you that I was married to a girl. She was also good when it came to money. She was really sweet about it. I gotta give her credit. We had our differences, but she was a good woman in most areas. Unfortunately, she's controlled by some guy today, but she's overall she was a great guy.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Hanukkah is coming. We're going to try to come up with some kind of idea where you can come to me. I really want to make a Hanukkah party by my house, even though it's small. My kitchen is new, so I think if I get the kitchen ready by the end of the week, which I thought it was ready by next week, maybe we'll start organizing and making food and preparing stuff for the Hanukkah holiday. And I'd like to have people come over because Thanksgiving we had about 50 people and a couple of stragglers that came in, and we were all happy. My door is always open. I even had some rabbi call me. He says, "Where's your address to come over?" And I said, "Well, I gave him my address." I said, "You have no problem for a meal or whatever." Purim, I really have my open house. Right. People just come and go.
Right. I grew up in London actually, and that was very common. Everybody had their houses open for it. It was party time. It was like almost like what you have in
and that's
like a cabaret.
That's what shows. Why only do it one day? Be nice to your neighbors. Why not do it all the time?
I tell you the truth, with the rise of anti-Semitism, I think it's just a sign from Hashem telling us
it's not only anti-Semitism.
We got to start loving ourselves. We got to be more connected with our community.
If we're not good to one another, then of course the anti-Semites
are going to take advantage of the situation.
And again, it's just like my vacation village group. These people are just, some of them are so petty, some of them are so hateful to one another that we have infighting. I walk around 240 families, and we all live in a community. We should all be helpful to one another. Instead, we're petty. Oh, why did you post on my WhatsApp? Why did you say this word? Oh, not come. Actually,
I get over it, man. There's more important things. I got big issues in my community. We have a Vada call. The head of the Vada call, he's an attorney, so he's busy choosing clients from the neighborhood. How can he be the Vada call of the neighborhood if you have one client at one time?
But you know what?
That's a big issue. I think I'm gonna steamroll him out. It's about time. I think Zaki Tamir should resign. Personally,
we had on our show 2 weeks ago a very nice man, a lawyer, Baruch Cohen,
right?
And he told us something simple.
Yeah, but something. I want to. You mentioned his name, and I heard the show. I was overseas at the time, and I called him that night. He said that he's never seen a Bezdin line. He pro Bezdin, pro. I was watching the show, and that's not true. There's a lot of. I don't agree with one thing.
A lot of these.
He works with them.
Rabbis,
he works with them. There's a lot of corruption today, and people got to see for what it is, man.
But he made a comment. He made a comment that when we get tricked or we get manipulated, it's our fault. Because if something is too good to be true, and I was thinking about it today, I was telling it to the judge. I said, "Judge, you blame people for their actions. Madoff cheated people for $60 billion. Right. Thousands of people, and you're telling me that it's our fault that we should have seen that it's too good to be true. Right. The world is too good to be true. When you go to a restaurant, they serve you a beautiful meal. What do you mean? What do you mean it's too good to be true? What do you mean it's too good to be true? That's the whole objective.
In order to be able to invest with Madoff, you have to give so much money to stock. He was a Heverman. He made people give millions of dollars to charity, and if you were able to give millions of dollars to charity, only then were you able to join his thing.
Really, I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was a generous man, and that was his way. If you give tzedakah, then you
Give
can
charity. Well, you know what?
That's how he kosher himself. The same way people do it. It's
I'm
such a Jewish way of doing things.
Everybody makes a mistake. That guy wasn't making a mistake. That guy was a con man. But
Straight
some
out
of
con
us
man.
regular people, we make one mistake and we're punished forever.
No, the
You know what I
punishment
mean?
has to fit the crime. I've always said that. You got to be fair. If someone does something wrong and they need to get punished for it, so be it. But let the punishment fit the crime. You can't punish a guy his whole life for one stupid mistake he made.
And they
It's
just come
completely
after
against our ethos.
Right. And this is not our government. Our government is supposed to
No,
help
we believe in the
everybody.
concept of this
Right.
of Pesach Sheni, or they say this.
You know,
now,
now they're taking away that if it's in 2020, people are protesting. If you don't have a violent crime, or misdemeanor, or not a violent felony, we will let you out. The bail will be easier. Now, I don't know why they didn't
cut
do
bail completely now on minimum, on low, so there's no bail at all up until certain crimes.
But the point is, and also they're forcing the government with discovery. The government takes so long with the discovery and play you till you give up and make a deal. This is what's no good. The government plays you. They don't give you the information. They don't give you the evidence. And
why are they
finally
allowed to do that? I found out with the NYPD, they're allowed to lie to you.
They're allowed to lie.
It's unbelievable.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for listening to the Just Enough Heshy Show. Thank you, Shmuley, for a wonderful night. The great as always, wonderful, delicious.
It's always a pleasure, Heshy.
Did you like the way I look tonight? I have a suit and tie.
Gosh.
I'm going to a wedding. I was at a wedding, and I'm going back to another wedding. No, I'm going to another one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to another one. I love everybody. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of AM 620 WSNR